My name is Camille Craffey. I'm here tonight because my 7-year-old son, Jack, is being bullied in Manchester schools, and this district has failed him at every level. I've emailed the superintendent, the school board, and even your office, Mayor. Yet to this day, I have not received a single response from you, Mr. Mayor. I know you are very busy with your ribbon cutting ceremonies and your photo ops to aid to your re-election. However, as an individual who foolishly helped you campaign during the last term, I would certainly hope you could be bothered to return an email concerning a small child and his education. 1 year ago, Mayor, at the Ward 12 Public Town Hall meeting, you promised to implement an attendance policy for sitting school board members. Ward 12's Carlos Gonzalez remains repeatedly absent, leaving families like mine without representation or recourse. Therefore, I am calling on this community and this board to formally petition to remove Mr. Gonzalez from his seat on the school board as he is derelict of his duties. The superintendent has also spent over a year deflecting and covering up DEI and CRT investigations that began back in May, where 12-year-olds were forced to complete a Wheel of Power and Privilege packet disclosing their sexual preference. These are 12-year-olds. Their immigration status, and whether their parents rent or own their home. That's not education, that's grooming, folks. The superintendent did, however, find time in her very busy schedule of constant meetings which prevent her from answering my phone calls to make a statement to the union leader. The Right to Know Act does not include media or press. It directly references parents, guardians, and caretakers of children and affords us the transparency. So I ask, where does Right to Know begin and where does it end? And how is it possible that the superintendent gets to dictate when parents are notified that investigations are being opened? For these reasons, I'm demanding that the superintendent be placed on unpaid administrative leave until she properly notifies guardians and completes all well overdue investigations that remain open. She makes more than our governor, by the way. The
30
governor.
seconds.
I'll finish. Perhaps if the Manchester Health Department were less concerned about smearing a God-fearing man, canning pickles, and instead focused on the roach infestation spreading through our schools, students would actually have a safe, clean, and healthy learning environment. Instead, we continue down a rabbit hole of political witch hunting against a conservative member of this board while students suffer in classrooms that they're not safe nor sanitary. Finally, as a military veteran, I'd like to remind everyone, your First Amendment right is always protected by those of us who signed a blank check for our lives to defend it. The idea that this board would silence anyone because they disagree is not only corrupt, but it is against our constitutional rights as American citizens. The last time I spoke at this meeting, my concerns, questions, and comments were all ignored. I expect acknowledgement of my words, and I refuse to continue being ignored by this board, by the school board, and by this mayor. Thank you.